Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reacting to chapter 2 of Little Darlings. But first, I have a little bit of a secret. I'm not just any reactor. I am Charlotte, the really relatable writer. So I don't just react, I review. And the way I do that is simple. For things I like, I add a point, and for things I don't, I take one off. Now my little friend here, Seth, is gonna keep me company. So yeah, let's do this. The film Milky Star, which they're at the premiere of, the movie's about a young boy band, and Danny Kilman has a cameo in it. His role is a wild rock star, which is pretty much himself. So basically what's happened is that Danny went up to like the barrier between the red carpet and the crowd, just, you know, to sign autographs and take pictures with his fans and everything. And so the rest of his family follow him, right? And when Sunset looks into the crowd, she sees Destiny and her mom, except she doesn't know who they are. Now Sunset's mom has dragged her into the women's toilet to like fix up her outfit. And I normally wouldn't have stopped at something like this. I only did because it literally jogged my memory and reminded me of when my mom would do the exact same. Like if we were out shopping or something, she would drag me and my sister into the toilets with her if one of us needed to have our outfits fixed up. And that's literally what Sunset's mom is doing to her. And like any typical women's toilet, it's filled to the brim. It is crowded AF. And all the other women, for some reason, start like crowding around Sweetie and going on about how cute she is and everything. And in typical Sweetie style, she plays up to them. And she starts telling them all about these badges that she's wearing. She plays out to them so much that she even exaggerates her lisp, because she knows for herself that it makes people lose their minds over her. I have to admit though, when it comes to writing relatable protagonists, Jacqueline Wilson knows how to do it. Like Sunset and Destiny are both at that awkward age where they're not teenagers yet, but they're not really little kids either. It's like that awkward age where you're beginning to become more aware of yourself and of other people, and it's kind of when your self-esteem starts to matter more. Sunset and Destiny are both right at that age, and I think Jacqueline Wilson is portraying it fantastically. I think one reason she's managing to do it so well is because she writes about things that kids that age would be embarrassed about. Like Sunset is embarrassed about having to go into the bathroom with her mom because her mom pushed her into one of the cubicles, and Sunset begins to worry that all of the other women will think she has issues going to the toilet, and because she's embarrassed she goes hot all over, which is something so many people experience. Then just as her mom has got her outfit all straightened out, she says that standing next to the toilet has made her need to go to the toilet, which is the most relatable thing ever. Or it better be, at least, otherwise I just hella expose myself. Oh my days. And then on top of that, her mom starts having a go at her because she's the oldest one. Like, she's the oldest child, but she's more trouble than the younger ones. And now, poor Sunset starts burning up even more and is on the brink of tears. Anyway, when they are finally done, they come out of the cubicle, and to their surprise, Sweetie is nowhere to be seen. And so they both have this moment of panic that's like half a second long, because next thing they know they hear Sweetie laughing, and it turns out she went and borrowed someone's high heels. I swear to God, children of celebrities can get away with so much. And even though it kind of annoys me that Sweetie just went and asked for someone's high heels to try on, the image that I have of her playing is adorable. She's only 5, you know. Okay, so they all finally leave the toilet, and apparently when they get back into the foyer, they see that Milky Star have just arrived. And that gets Sweetie all excited because she apparently really likes them and she wants to go see them, but their mum says they should go find their dad instead. Oh, but what do they find when they try and find him? When they find him, Danny is surrounded with other women, which I shouldn't be surprised because, I mean, he's a rock star and I guess their mum is used to it. Even if she isn't, there's not much she can do about it. But the thing she doesn't like is that one of them is carrying Ace, which he obviously does not like. So do you know what the mum does? She goes right up to her and snatches Ace out of her arms, which startles him and makes him start crying. Meanwhile, Sunset says that the girl that was carrying Ace isn't very pretty, which is kind of mean. She says that she has messy hair and that her mouth is too big for her face, but there's something about her that makes you look at her. The heck does she mean by that? Sunset's really judgmental, which I love. Because as we've seen, she herself has self-esteem issues. It mainly comes from her mum and from being in the spotlight all the time. But because she and her whole family are always being judged on their looks, she's kind of internalized that and is doing the same to other people because it's kind of all she knows. Jacqueline gets a point for that. That, my friends, is a 3-dimensional character we've got. Oh my days. The girl that was holding Ace might be a tiny bit of a thought. When the mum takes Ace off of her, she says that he doesn't like to be held by strangers. And the girl that was holding him is like, oh really? Most guys do. Ah! She made everyone laugh, including Danny, but the mum's furious. She starts clutching Ace so hard that he starts crying harder. So to get away from this hoe, the mum starts trying to take the kids inside the cinema, and she pushes her way through the crowd and everything. But Danny stays where he is, i.e. with the thought and the rest of the crowd. Oh no! Oh no! Oh my... Oh no! Danny's legit abandoning his wife. Sunset's the only kid that realizes. Like, their mum is still trying to get them all into the cinema, and she mouths something at Danny, trying to get him to come along, but he looks her dead in the eye and turns his back on her. What the hell? Oh my days. And then the whole time, his wife is literally right behind him in full view. He straight up goes and whispers something in the thought's ear right in front of his wife. Now Sunset and her mom, they're both worried if anyone's noticed. They're worried if Danny won't ever come in. Can't believe we've got a home-wrecking hoe. Oh. Huh. Never mind. Looks like Danny's changed his mind. Just like that, all of a sudden. He turned and went back to Sunset and the rest. I swear, it's like Sunset's the only normal one. Because Danny's acting like he didn't do anything. And as soon as he gets back to them, their mum acts exactly the same. So, anyway, finally get into the cinema. And just when they get all settled into their seats and the movie starts, Ace starts fussing. And he ends up disturbing his parents. Typical Danny wants to get some random girl just to babysit. But after what just happened, his wife gives him to Sunset. And like a true Jacqueline Wilson protagonist, Sunset just happens to be good with kids and knows just the trick that will get Ace to settle down. I'm taking a point for that. It's just like every other Jacqueline Wilson protagonist. Anyway, after Sunset begins to settle Ace down, she finally starts to get into the movie. She begins talking about the character she can relate most to, which is the youngest, goofiest member of Milky Star, called Davy. She can relate to him because all the other members of Milky Star, they've got all this swag and they always act cool all the time. But Dave, he's the one that always oversleeps. He's always the last one to get the joke, or he is the joke half the time. Oh, and in the movie, Sunset recognizes the home wrecking home. She plays a fan. Yep, and again, in typical Jacqueline Wilson protagonist style, Sunset starts daydreaming. She says, as she watches the movie, another film in her head starts to play. Except in the film in her head, she's the star. And she's 6 or 7 years older, and she bumps into Davey. And then, by the end of the evening, they're boyfriend and girlfriend, typical. I don't know what to do. Like, I want to take a point off because it's a cliche in Jacqueline Wilson books, and it's cringy, but at the same time, I know for a fact that I did stuff like this when I was little. Like, if I was watching a movie, I would literally have a version going in my head where I was the star. So I can't really take a point off of that, can I? Danny's cameo in the movie is hella cringy. He basically shows up, and when Milky Star see him, they literally get down on their knees and worship the ground he walks on. Jacqueline Wilson literally brought that phrase to life. She's not getting a point for that though. She didn't do it in a good way. They're even playing Danny's big song in this big scene. Everyone in the cinema is laughing, but Sunset's actually starting to worry that they're laughing at him, not with him. And she's worried that they're laughing at how old and crusty her dad is now. The crowd in the movie and in the actual theatre, they go way too much. Like, they're literally in the middle of the movie, and the crowd overhears Sweetie saying that she wants another bit with her dad in it. And they all go at that. Like, this is getting annoying to read. Now Sunset's going off on a tangent about what everyone thinks of Sweetie. And she remembers how one magazine called her Danny Kilman's exquisitely pretty little daughter, Sweetie. Apparently Sunset's really jealous about her flat golden tummy as well, which I get, you know. I do understand what it's like to be jealous of a sister. I wonder what the deal is. Because something is definitely up about the way Danny was portrayed in the movie. He kind of was made fun of a little bit. Okay, so the movie's over now, and everyone's coming out of the theatre. Oh my days. Sweetie hears talk of an after party. She was pretty much asleep when she was being taken out of the cinema. But as soon as she heard the words after party, she was like, oh, let's go. Oh. Okay, so Danny says to Sweetie that they're not going to the party. But then all of a sudden their mum starts talking about how this person can drive them home and this person can put them to bed so that she and him can go to the party. She says that right in front of the kids as well. She just gives no F's, does she? Oh, but it's because she doesn't want girls like the home-wrecking hoe hanging around him. Nah, Danny still turns it down though. Okay, so Danny and the rest of them leave the cinema, right? They step outside and they see that most of the photographers have left. The red carpet's still there, and there's still a few faithful fans that are left. And guess who two of those faithful fans are? Destiny and her mother. That's crazy. They waited the whole time. Destiny's mum is still trying to shout for Danny, and there's not that many people there. He can damn well hear her, but he's straight up ignoring her. Alright, the chapter ends with ever so graceful Sunset tripping over on her heels and being caught on the red carpet by Destiny's mother. And yeah, that's the end of chapter 2. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember, if you guys have read something that's just left you shook beyond repair and you just think, oh my days, Charlotte has got to see this, suggest a book in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Alright guys, I'll see you later.